Hello guys, I am not certain. I'm all good on my end, checking as I go. Give me 1 second here. Can I get a confirmation in chat if it looks alright? I hope it does. Just setting up here. We are not quite started yet. Aran still needs 2 minutes before we actually start to go, and then I'll do a proper introduction. Just setting up. But I will let guys on Discord know I'm ready, and they are ready. The players, that is. Alright, looks good. And yeah, if at any moment in time someone in chat could confirm we are good, I would love it. But in the meantime, I will just slowly get started here and give a brief overview of the map, etc. But yeah, hello guys, and welcome to this lovely match between Aran, playing up here in the top right, versus teuzet down here in the bottom left. And to introduce the players, it may be a place to start. We have Aran, one of my personal favorites, number 3 in last year's tournament, if I remember correctly, and overall a very versatile, very skilled player. I'm looking forward to seeing what he could do, but it was probably the biggest upset in round 1 of this year's tournament that Aran actually lost. He found himself in a play versus Vovalet, not a newcomer to the scene, but maybe a Titan that had been sleeping for a little while, not really ready for it. Aran got killed slowly by a million pikemen in the late game. Very entertaining match. Can highly encourage you to go back and watch that. And as for teuzet, he had the misfortune, you could call it, of playing myself in the earlier round. And we had an Hati from teuzet versus my Rome. And it was early aggression, but I really think teuzet had a brilliant mindset of coming into this game. He went in and didn't want to go for the long game, so he came in blazing with a very aggressive rush kind of strategy. Sort of interesting, and it ended up not really working out, but I gotta give credit where credit is due, and that worked out marvelously. As for the map itself, we are playing on I believe it's donut dual map, and this is quite the small map with not a lot of city sites overall, but a very interesting middle right here, with these sites sort of being hidden behind the rivers, but allowing for some brilliant offensive possibilities, but also the ability to go down with onagers to the forest and kill the barbarians. That might at this moment in time be teuzet if you are Aran, and vice versa. So overall, pretty decent map, and we do have not a lot of weak wonders, not a lot of strong developing wonders. Uh, Almost all the strong wonders in the game, and Colosseum, but overall not that impressive from the get-go regarding wonders. Um, but let's look a bit at this beginning here. We do have some fur, some game. I believe it's almost impossible to go all the distance. You won't be able to get game, and this is quite the bait because coming into this game, I imagine people may wanted to opt for a trade nation, but you do not have any trade resources in your immediate vicinity. So I wonder what we're gonna see with that. We do see Persia, a solid pick, and a tactician at that. He went with tactician last game. So we see, and Aran coming in with Hati. So sort of a classical matchup. Also, we both have two husbandry resources from the get-go, and some decent hunter resources. I'd say Persia is a pretty overall good pick on this map. Another pick could maybe have been Babylon, would also have been pretty nice, although you do not have the food. Yashi or Yushi could also be a decent pick. But let's see what we got here. We got a Heckler in the beginning, and I am excited to see what. Ooh, we see a zealot versus a tactician. So a zealot opener from and landowners. I think I know exactly what Aran is cooking. And full disclosure, myself and Aran were doing some theory crafting, and I sort of realized my initial take on Hati was all wrong. I honestly rate them very high currently. Uh, and we do see Aaron welcoming us to the Old World live blog. He's probably gonna do a lot of these along the game. But anyways, me and Aaron did some theory crafting with Hati. I'll not exactly reveal the strategy just yet, but we'll see if it's going to unfold. Um, Hopefully he's gonna give credit to myself. I sort of made a video, but I didn't want to reveal it just yet because I wanted to save those hidden strategies for uh, whenever I needed them. But we shall see. I'm very much looking forward to what Zealot landowner beginning, because that was exactly what me and Aaron were talking about, and I sort of showed him this, and but yeah, we'll see what he's gotta say later. Don't count out our Hati, oh sorry, our Persia player just yet. The safe choice in a lot of cases is often going with the tactician, get that going, get the safe expansion, really nice. Um, Also a decent amount of resources, especially culture resources nearby. This is excellent for our Persia. They can harvest a lot, get a bit of a culture boost in the very beginning. And a lucky crit, always very nice. That's one of the disadvantage of going tactician. Often it's going to be very difficult to clear the first camp unless you get that crit. So the initial tempo is going to be just fine for teuzet. Um, and back to Persia, I imagine we're going to see a sort of similar easy clearing. And look at this, he's harvesting a lot, and I was just about to mention that that is going to work out very nice. And I, on user start with no nets, decided to bring out a strat I practiced with boulders. As I just mentioned, uh, I'm almost sad this strat is gonna be seen the light of day. I was sort of hoping to save this for a raining day for myself, but alas, that cannot always be the case. Sometimes you just gotta bring out the good stuff from the very get-go. But yeah, uh, Aaron is almost certainly gonna go with what we theory crafted earlier, and it's gonna be a good show, I imagine. Although one thing he's missing is, at least in my opinion, a second sheep would make this easier. But he's probably gonna go rancher into rancher and get Judaism to spawn immediately, um, which is good fun. Back to our Persia player. Scientific, you're gonna stick around and have a. I think you're gonna like this. at least myself and Aaron were very almost flabbergasted at how it worked out in at least in the practice game we did. So very interesting. Looks like we've gotten to the part of the game with different turn order, and overall we went with very standard settings, nothing out of the ordinary for the tournament. And we see Persia started on clearing this camp, doing a fine job. He could maybe stand on this hill instead of standing right here. He would be out of range of this guy and could take this one in the same amount of turn, but he's only gonna take around 2 damage, so the difference isn't really anything to write home about, but it's all these small things. I wonder what family we are gonna see from the get-go right here. I would probably go with the riders right now if I were having to decide. I like the riders early, getting that scout, and it's a small map, so if you want to find all these very lovely landmarks, you gotta get out somewhat early because the game is close. And you see exactly that Aran is going down the middle. I'm kind of curious if you are gonna go towards the middle right here or go around. Uh, Obviously, the better expansion possibility is up here, but we shall see. And are we gonna go with another settler? You'll love to see it. Great start. And we do see the rider. Right, I'm sorry, Scientific. I may just be late to the party, but I felt like myself and Aran did some great discoveries. But oh well, always the expert Scientific, and that's why we love you, Cyan. Never change. Aran just clearing the camps quite efficiently at that. Hopefully he's gonna be able to. He might leave this at 1 HP. That's gonna be a bit annoying. But he's also being pretty good about harvesting. Having the extra orders in the beginning, I believe that is quite essential to actually go with the harvesting. And we do see the double rancher opening, so we're gonna have Judaism spawn immediately in the Rider family, having the the holy seed be our Rider seed. And Scientific, I've come around since I've made my ranking video. I love the Hati now. If anyone in the future is gonna ask, it was just to convince people not to play them so I could pick them for myself. God damn, I think they are strong. Um, Double settler, which is pretty standard, but not in a bad way at all. Also, worth noting, a lot of rivers, so you'll have easily connected cities in the beginning, although you don't need that with riders, but it's something to remember. And that is one of the great things about going tactician in the beginning. You will have an easy time clearing at least the first few camps, and everything else can be entirely focused on just pumping out those settlers in the beginning. Persia is going to get quite a lot of value from the Sentinel City with the fur and possibly also the game, although we do need to expand the border somehow. Let's see what Aran decides to do. Oh, never mind. This is actually going to be a pretty good timing. This is going to attack in here, lose 1 HP, and you can kill it easily. So always lovely to see. That is something people often forget about, and sometimes when I'm doing the math, I make mistakes as well. You see this barbarian is gonna hit into a melee unit and lose 1 HP. While that might be something people call a rounding error, this is going to be a tempo play in this setting because he's going to be able to move onwards with the Zealot even faster because it's going to deal directly 8 damage to an 8 HP unit. At least I believe that's going to be the case after Persia passes the turn. Um, yes, look at this. Beautiful timing. Bam, and you instantly heal. Always a good beginning. Ooh, seems like we gotten ourselves a Swift Zealot. Always fun. Always fun. So this is just gonna zoom about. One thing I also really like with the Zealot in the beginning is the extra movement is gonna make it even more efficient with orders in the beginning and harvesting. You will be able to harvest quite a lot quite easily, which is always nice. I believe the correct play from this point onward is either to go forward and be very aggressive and pressure the Persia player, or it is to go around and try to kill this camp. Aran's tech choices, let's look at them. Uh, ooh, yeah, that is actually quite interesting. He opted to go he had the labor force, rhetoric, and food boost available. Uh, and I imagine he would have liked spoked wheel um, or a free worker most likely. So not the greatest for going in aggressive. Uh, Not what I would have liked personally, but going for a more economic approach is perfectly fine. But yeah, good catch, Problem Gambler. I like that a lot. Possibly need to go home and heal a bit. Sometimes it can be worthwhile investing all this training early on in getting a few very good promotions on top of your Zealot, so you will be able to not 3-shot but 2-shot these barbarians in the beginning. It does take a bit of an effort to get there, but it can be worthwhile. And look at this movement from this Swift Zealot. It's not an issue at all to go directly here, but had we had our eyes over here, we could actually also just move directly in here and attack. It looks like we are opting to go home and heal a little bit. I think I would just take a promotion, probably Shield Bearer or a Combat, just to get this. If you can get the power level up on this guy, it's gonna benefit greatly from it. Killing horse people, it's gonna be even easier to get to 10 damage, which can be very nice. Double Settler in Persia, and again, not bad at all. And look at this, going instantly towards military drill. I like that choice a lot. It's a close map. You would expect a lot of aggression, so opting to go directly for military drill early on can be worthwhile. And look at this, also very interesting and very nice, I'd argue. Building shrine on top of lavender, realizing very early that this might actually end up being a very close game, a very short game, and therefore I do not need this lavender later. I just want to get to develop even faster. So this is something a lot of players sort of forget, but it's such a huge benefit sometimes to immediately snatch all that culture directly into one of your cities. Very, very strong from teuzet. And honestly, um, pretty, pretty good play from him so far. I haven't really seen anything he's done wrong. So Not at all bad. We do see, I would have liked to spam promotions instead of healing. I think you could have gone with maybe shield bearer and combat at getting the damage down, at least on this camp. And we do know the Scythians are here, so going over here, and we still need a bit of damage, but possibly if we had gone for even more damage, we maybe would have been able to two-shot this camp. We would really like to get this camp down before it starts to uh, upgrade. Do have very lovely family opinion, and look at this. Already got Judaism and got the Holy Seed right here where we may want it. Um, but I would maybe have considered spending some of that training to get this guy even stronger. But yeah, Persia. What is Persia doing? Um, Looks like we are waiting around, mainly using our orders to scout, and we've done a pretty good job at scouting so far. Um, it is a bit annoying for this city not being able to grab down here. Maybe we are gonna use some of our initial civics to buy some of these tiles to get all the way down here. Uh, we are seeing a settle. We are seeing traders with pearls. Makes sense to me. Yeah, scientific. I think that might be exactly what we are gonna see in this game, which is, in my opinion, very strong. Could be chopping more, easy to forget. Yeah, that is a thing to remember. Hati do have the possibility to chop a lot. I think I would have considered moving forward with this and start clearing this camp. Maybe even just get it to respawn, but I really like to get on top of these trap camps very early and before they upgrade. It's gonna be such a hassle to deal with the camps after they upgrade, but if you can get there before they upgrade, it's gonna be so much easier. So I would have probably moved ahead and attempted to kill this camp already. Um, but you are playing versus a tactician. The tactician can't be hiding in the forest. That is always scary. Maybe go down with a scout down here and seeing what's gonna happen. Uh, it's always nice to know where the opposition is. Um, we could have progressed. There's a question in chat if Persia had the uh, possibility of taking towards spearmen. They did have labor force in the pool, but opted to go with military drill first, which I think is fine. We force march this one, getting it down. Probably statesman. At least I would do statesman right here. Nope, we opt to go for riders once more. I I can see that because you do have the elephant, but I would also be a bit nervous about whether or not we would actually be able to get a statesman down, but we're gonna get it down over here. One thing I believe, um, it looks to me like, and this is a tip for Persia, these cities are not currently connected, or this city is not connected to the trade network as of yet, most likely because this haven't been scouted. And this is gonna respawn. That's not great. That might be a mistake. This is gonna finish in 2 turns. He should definitely have opted to do something about this. Missing out on this, that's unlucky. Yeah, that's gonna put him down a little bit. I feel for teuzet here. Uh, an easy thing to forget about, but we are gonna see a respawn unless is the timing? No, I believe we're gonna see a respawn. This isn't finished, so this should most likely have gone right here and built a city top here. That is gonna suck. We could, yeah, look at that. We had to go all the way back with our leader. Good catch. Overall, I'd say this is crisis averted. It is a bit of uh, wasted training, wasted orders, a bit of wasted tempo at this camp. However, we do not have a lot to spend our orders on currently. We're still gonna need at least 8, and also the time it takes to walk all the distance over here. So we'll have most likely enough time to deal with this. But yeah, that is annoying. Small miscalculation. Um, but he saved it, so very good job, teuzet. Back to Aran, and we see Aran starting on these, and we do see him now having taken a few upgrades. I like to go for tribes earlier. I think the events you can spawn, especially the event with an extra warrior early on, can be crucial and quite strong. One of the very negative, yeah, we do see the setline. This is one of the great things about going with landowners and going early with a rancher. Look at this early food bonus. Such a nice and lovely time. Uh, Already you're getting the value. We do see a shrine coming in. The shrine of ranged units. Mainly this is going to expand the borders down here. And a single warrior coming in. I think that's nice. We could also, with Hati, maybe chop a lot of the woods around our opponent if we think those are going to be defensive, but not certain. Yeah, scientific. That is another reason. The horse camps are easier to clear, as you're saying. That's also one of the reasons I really like to see horse people early on. So as they don't get the defensive bonus, getting there early and just two-shotting these guys. I mean, that is one of the lessons I've taken to heart. Just forget about the barbarians. They're not gonna cause you any issues. I mean, it's gonna be trouble to clear it later, but with that said, I do see the benefit of getting this early. You will get an easy culture in the middle, and you will also have a decent trader side. So there is advantage to going into the middle. But nevertheless interesting. In Chuma, I believe the Judaism is almost always gonna spawn in the rider seat. I maybe scientific or another one in chat can help me with that, but at least in my testing, it's almost always been the case that the second city, which is often gonna be riders, is gonna get the uh, actual religion. But it may be able to spawn in the capital, but I'm not entirely sure how that works. But have we opted to take a state religion? Not. Oh, we are on the wrong player. I apologize. Yeah, and we did manage to get this guy over here, and he can start clearing, but it's gonna take a while, and this guy is already upgraded. Uh, a bit luck on Aran's part right here. This camp has not is later in development. Yeah, and scientific chimes in. It's avoiding capitals, so you won't get Judaism in your landowner seat ever. Which is another great reason to get the pagan founded in our landowner seat. Getting even more civics is actually very strong, especially in landowners with the cheaper specialist. You can just spam out all those specialists quite early, and I like that. I like that a lot. You see both of Aran's scouts being in this vicinity, chopping down the... It looks like this may have been chopping the wood, making it more difficult for Aran to clear this, which is another very fun, interesting little choice you can do just to be very annoying. Go on, clear these things. Aran is... I like this, building the order shrine. We are not building it on top of lavender. We could have done that, but we don't really need it. We are doing absolutely fine on culture, so it's not going to be an issue. And this is Aran gonna make this in time? Actually, this is looking dicey. He's gonna clear this, but this is sort of annoying to deal with, not gonna lie. And both players have excellent vision. We are seeing a lot of forest being chopped, which is always fun. It would seem both players have not a lot of issues, but a few issues clearing this camp. But what is the settler situation? We still have 4 turns. Probably gonna be fine. So we ended up getting military drill. Which direction are we gonna go right now? I would probably go for... Sometimes it's lovely to get stone cutting, and sometimes you just have one of those games where you're not really going for it at all. Do you have a bit of extra trade income with these initial cities? But we do up to go for stone. No. Yes. No. Teuzet is indecisive regarding technology. I can see why. I think he's probably trying to get to phalanx as early as possible. I'd say going towards centralization, always valuable. I like admin quite early, and stone cutting is never bad. So he could also just go for chariots himself straight up. Just get there even faster than Hati and get the chariots. Chariots versus chariots is probably not the worst matchup you can do. And hello to all the 17 in chat. That is absolutely amazing on this lovely Sunday evening. Hopefully everybody's gonna have a great time. And as said, if you have any questions or anything, just fire away. I'm one of the few people with two screens, so I am trying to keep up. Although I'm getting myself confused in this game. But look at the orders already being spent on harvesting. A lot of trees are gone from the map. A lot of that wood is sitting in Hati's pile, and we've been quite good at harvesting. I wonder what the landmark situation is. We found 5 landmarks as Persia, and Hati is a bit ahead. Not by a lot, but a little bit ahead. And yeah, this is gonna respawn, which is annoying. I think this seller is gonna be able to deal with it, but it would have been easier to just go directly for the Scythians, I believe. But this is one of the great benefits of opting to go for a military leader. You can just mainly ignore anything but the At least for the first build queues, you can ignore military and just go for eco, eco, eco. I didn't realize this guy was ready, so he's actually gonna be perfectly fine for this. This is gonna save it, I think. Or maybe not actually. Sometimes it's confusing with these timers when I'm not playing myself. But I don't believe he's gonna make it. We shall see. I love this. A general tip for everybody, going for this Elder Shopkeeper early on. It's, in my opinion, one of the strongest thing about traders, especially if you don't have a lot of net resources. So lovely to see this shopkeeper already. And do we have any decent upgrades? This is interesting. Do we want to go for steadfast, or are we gonna prepare for the eventual conflict with Hati? I think I would probably opt for either focus or shield bearer. I think I would forget about steadfast. Nah, maybe not. I'm not entirely certain. And it's lovely you can tell the opponent's scout is in your vicinity by the resources being harvested. But I like the build queues. Worker, worker, settler, slinger. We are not overproducing defensive forces. We are, at least in my opinion, doing the right choices. And we opted, in the end, we were considering, are we gonna go stone cutting? Are we gonna focus on our science with aristocracy? And I think going for centralization, most likely, is not a bad call. We do have a lot of civics with statesmen, so we need something to spend it on. And yeah, we didn't make it, which is always unfortunate situation. Probably go up here. We can probably just stay. We are gonna try to not take as much damage. This is causing Aran more issues than I think he likes. This is turning into yeah. Ideally, he would have cleared this a few turns ago and went on with the setup. And I think maybe been a bit more aggressive with it and sort of healing it by killing units with upgrades. Especially the horses would have been a good call. But he's probably gonna be fine. He did build another warrior. It's coming in. It's gonna do just fine. So probably not a big deal in the end. And likewise with Persia, we've sort of got ourselves into the situation with clearing. Any world religion? We've not seen anyone adopt any world religion, at least not as of yet. We did also go for centralization with Hati, and now we're going for Spooked Wheel. So there are gonna be chariots in 12 turns or so. We are gonna see quite a lot of chariots. However, you will need something to spend the training on before then. Annie, become bold. That's one of my favorites. Divine is also decent. Taking a look maybe at the family situation. What do we have going right here? We did marry a diplomat, ruthless, not bad at all, I'd say. And we actually have two queens, two diplomats. I mean, this guy with his smug face right here, he has clearly a type, and that is diplomat. And a brave, bold, that is a pretty good daughter already, I'd say. Um, is a philosophy student. I like that. Another note. Yeah, he realized he will get without bulldozing the lavender, so I love these small notes Aaron is capable of posting as the game goes on. I would love to do this, but I'm so focused, or at least I attempt to be focused when I play. So not quite able to do it. Um, I would probably use our decent civics to go for the game up here, but we do need to get it improved. And where is our worker? Our worker went forward to start improving this city. We are probably looking to get the horse online somewhat early. And that would have been even better if we had gotten spoked wheel earlier, but sadly it wasn't in the draw pool early enough. Finally, this barbarian camp will be dealt with. And this is also kind of iffy. What are you gonna spend all your civics on? Uh, Family situation is not quite as impressive right here. Our daughter hasn't quite decided upon which education she would like. And do we have any nice? We could probably slot in. I'd probably go for this lovely lady. Although foolish is always annoying, but having extra growth always good time. A lot of foolish people in this kingdom. Are we having any governors in Hati? Yeah, we do go with a diplomat down here. And I like the diplomats. Look at this very lovely opinion. One thing I sometimes do when going for this strategy in the beginning, I opt to not go for divination in the beginning because I would love for my entire nation to be following Judaism before I actually start getting my shrines online. So this is a different approach from what I used to do, and we'll see how it pans out. I mean, it's not bad at all, especially with this lady absolutely loving us. So probably not gonna be a big deal, honestly. And looks like we are sort of finally able to deal with the barbarians right here. And this settler is probably gonna go forward, and we're gonna see a trader city right here. I see we have the same approach scientific as he's saying. He's also often not taking towards divination with Harty. Yeah, and I feel like trapping maybe would have been even better here. I like getting to military drill quite early, and I just remembered while he didn't go for this game, he doesn't have trapping for. I sort of forgot about that part. What is this guy doing? He probably spawned as both the... That's quite funny. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think due to these two units being right here, this unit spawned on the other side of the river. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's what happened right here, which is always interesting when you see stuff like that. But both players gonna be on 5 cities. Both players are just cruising along. Nothing too out of the ordinary is happening. We do see our first barracks being built, and I like that. I like that. I wonder what this guy is doing here. Probably went for a scout we had down here. Sometimes it's advisable to lure the horse, or actually any barbarian or tribe, out of their camps. It can make it easy to claim. Yeah, look, he's kind of walking away. But we can clear this now, which is gonna be lovely. Heal 5 and get started on this. We could almost kill this, but not quite. But almost with these two. But we are gonna clear. We are gonna settle. And it is gonna be traders. So a little ahead, not a lot, a little ahead. This is gonna help a lot with the science. This is one approach to deal with the deficit in science early on. That is one of the issues you're gonna have going with a zealot in the beginning. The negative science is really gonna drain your early tech options, but I think we're gonna be fine. Going for shrine here of the water shrine. No, sorry, just the resources shrine, but we're gonna get 10 gold for it. And Rider City rather. Again, I wonder if we are gonna go directly down south here and fight. I believe we are. Both players could have opted for some fun shenanigans, being aggressive. But I don't think we are gonna see too much of that as of yet. I think both players are content just falling back right here. But I believe we're gonna see a lot of chariots somewhat soon in this match. But this is a fun dynamic with both players able to cross one part of this middle section of the map. It's gonna make it somewhat difficult to navigate. Also interesting how the grab right here, if you look at it, the Persia city opted to get the salt, whereas the Persia city got both the wheat and the salt. However, this trader city didn't get the wheat. I am not sure why that happens. If anyone knows why it would happen like that, I'm just curious. It would seem the positions are mirrored, at least from my perspective, but it seems like Persia got more culture grab? Question mark. If anyone knows why that is, do let me know. We're gonna see the issues of having too much training. However, did we opt to go for a state religion with Hati? Yeah, we've gotten into Judaism, so you can also, if you would like, press this button down here, and we've already done it once, and just get maybe a settler going. I think we bought a worker, it would seem. Ooh, this is nice. We have action already, and I'm sorry I missed this. We opted to go directly for this worker, which is gonna be pretty annoying and difficult to deal with. One approach could be to take your zealot right here and move him down and stand on top of this, or starting to kill this tactician yourself. You could maybe force march and attack from both sides, lock this tactician in, and you may end up regretting this aggressive move. We also have a swift tactician here, by the way. In the game teuzet played versus myself earlier in the tournament, he opted for something similar to this. He just went for one of my warriors, and he ended up losing his initial unit from the get-go. It would be a shame if the same thing happened to him in this game. It could very well be, because right now we have, look at this movement we have. We have Zealot without an issue gonna be able to move down here and attack. Likewise, this guy gonna be able to move down here and attack. And if you surround, or rather flank Slinger, you won't be retaliated. So it's gonna be, ooh, yeah, he's gonna loot this Slinger. This looked fancy and fun, but I really don't think this was the play you were looking for. And this is exactly what I was thinking about when having these sort of one-way areas, because having scouted the Aran player up here, you may think, oh, he's far away with the warriors. This is gonna be fine. This is gonna be sneaky move. I'm gonna rush in, kill a worker, get a lot of tempo. But yeah, we have swift zealot, so infinite movement. Go down here, bang. Take this, go here, and this is gonna be zone locked and won't be able to move out. This, I love the move. I'm sorry, teuzet, you may end up losing another early tactician or unit, which probably should have just gone in this direction. You could also go down here and maybe get this one. Not saying you should, but this is, yeah, we are seeing exactly that. And look, the flanking, he's gonna be zone locked. He won't be able to move. He's gonna be able to fight back, but we are moving a unit on top of the worker, so we will, even if this were to crit, we won't lose it. And I don't see a counterplay currently, which is a shame. How much did we rush in here? Can't tell right now. This is gonna feel bad for teuzet. This is not game ending at all, but you hate to attempt to make such a move and then get punished for it. We are getting something. We are delaying the expansion for Hati by a bit, and it is gonna drain a lot of orders to go all the way down here and then possibly go all the way back up and dealing with these guys up here. But still, shame. I can easily see why you would have been fooled by this. Looks like we are going in for the fight. That's interesting, and I kind of like it. So we have early action right here from the get-go. Went in hard, got a kill. Again, maybe this is exactly what you need to do. Maybe it's not. You are, however, facing someone able of rushing units. And this button right here, it's gonna print warriors for a little while. And I don't think Persia is able to respond to that. Although over time we are gonna have barracks, we are gonna have units online, but this is getting awfully close to the same experience teuzet had in the first match. Very different from Aran's first match, which I think he went a builder and it was a long drawn out game. Again, I really love this energy. Really gotta give props to teuzet. Going forward, just bringing it and trying to make something happen. Lovely stuff, great stuff. But look, we're gonna have reinforcement. This is gonna deal 7 damage. This is gonna come down, one-shot this, and then we're gonna have 2 units, and we're probably gonna zone lock another unit. Yeah, this is dead, and then this is gonna go, I would imagine, down here, zone lock 2 slingers, and this is not great. Yeah, Constant teuzet was my opponent in the first match. So look at this. And we are looking at a weaker state right now. Having Hati already having 1 law, having the better science, pretty decent science, and in 3 turns we're gonna spam out chariots. And Persia won't really have a response for this. So I believe we are gonna witness maybe one of the fastest games in the tournament. I'm not certain, but this looks rough. We've managed to spread Judaism to our landowner city, so we could, if we would like to, also spam from this city. We haven't done. Oh, we got the. This is lovely. Getting this event autonomous in landowners, it's just gonna get a lot of science going. You'll love to see it. But we can't go for centralization right now, but our science is not there. We do have options, but none of those options are gonna deal with anything. Uh, I struggle to see an easy defense. Yeah, and I think this is the right call. Just fall back, count your losses, but it is gonna be how I think we lost what 3 units in total, or am I mistaken? Stats here, units lost 1-1, only 2 units, so it's not gonna be as bad. But the issue isn't this. The issue is the follow-up with Hurried and Rancher. We're gonna have chariots coming soon. 3 turns, and those are gonna hit pretty good. What does the story tell? I didn't know the turns to finish was reset when the worker is stunned. Yeah, I didn't know that either. Is that supposed to work like that? I'm not certain, actually. This was 2 turns, if I believe, from being finished, and apparently it reset. Is that how it's supposed to work? Not entirely certain, but yeah. I mean, it's gonna be 2 units for 1 unit, but a lot of orders, a lot of inefficient moves. We did have the orders to spend. We are having a lot of orders in general, so it's not gonna be all bad. And I think overall Persia could rebound from this, but it's not something you'd like. And in uh, in a near future, I believe we're gonna see chariots rushing in here and just wreak havoc on Persia. But we shall see. And look, this is also always a lovely case, having this excellent. Although this is annoying, having disappointed a place of dwelling. I don't remember what this event is, but you hate to have upset religion in your military family. If this was instead friendly, you would just have a lovely easy time with all your units benefiting. 10% strength is gonna amount to quite a lot. But seemingly both players have sort of slowed down to some extent, and maybe it's not all bad. I wonder if we are gonna spend more training on anything but chariots, but we shall see. I'd argue it wouldn't be bad to invest in improving the horses right here. We would have 2 cities to rush from. That would add a lot of value. Looking at the military score, it is quite close. It's not a big difference at all. The science, however, we are slowly seeing Hati running away with it. Persia, Persia, Persia. We did get up to centralization, which is nice. We are having a warrior right here. I'd honestly consider just rushing this specialist. Do we have any nice governors? Not anything out of the ordinary, but just rush. We've rushed twice. I believe it's units we've rushed. And honestly, that's one of the reasons why we are still in this game, most likely, as we rushed quite a few units. Wonder if we did rush anything besides that. Doesn't look like it. So seemingly we rushed either a worker or a warrior, and that is keeping us in the game, which is always nice, but I would maybe have opted for specialist, but I can see why you would be scared currently. And look at this, we are opting for fortified quite early. Those fortified warriors are not gonna do a lot to chariots in a moment. Just have more workers also in Hati Empire. I wonder if Aran is thinking about ending this game, or if he's just gonna, to quote Alcaraz, that quoted it from Atosis in StarCraft, when you are ahead, get further ahead, or something to that extent. And I think both options are viable. We killed the scout. I like that. No reason to let a scout live. Let your opponent be in the dark. In these tournament settings, it's always difficult to make the right call without perfect information. So opting to kill a scout, I see the reason. I think we're gonna kill the Scythians and probably gonna... Are we gonna build a settler or rush a settler? Still have quite the trainings bank. I wonder how our air got tactician. That's nice. Excellent, excellent having a tactician, as there are no penalty on if you go for a scholar with a zealot. Oh, this is a brilliant daughter. Look at brave and bold. Bold is nice. We love the training. Decent science, a lot of discipline. Take the money, and 2 wives. So excellent family relations in Hati. And Salt and Ambassador. Seemingly we are looking to improve relation with the Ryder family. And again, I think that bonus is gonna add up. Having a Salt, which should be quite... Yeah, we do have Salt already. So we can send Salt if we would like to, at least. Persia, Persia, Persia. Building barracks. I love barracks. Barracks is maybe a thing that could bring us back to the game. The workers are looking even. It's actually we are ahead by one worker in Persia. How is the improvements? It seemed sort of close before, but 12-9. So yeah, not a big difference. But 100 each turn, that is lovely. And a lot of that is from the king. Righteous was our last strength. I mean, it's gonna be great eventually, but it's not doing a lot for us right now. But eventually, it's gonna be amazing. Um, but this having Zenova already counselor, yeah, I was about to say one trick you can do, and the second I say it, we see Aran do just that. If you have especially Zenova as she's a judge, you can promote her to being your counselor, and she's having the perfect stats. Look at this for counselor. 3 growth in every single city is such a huge bonus. It's so strong. So this in itself is gonna give such a tempo boost. And look at the family opinions right now. We did promote an ambassador, decent enough stats. He's a diplomat. And suddenly all the families are absolutely loving us. We are rushing chariots, and I believe we're gonna see more than one chariot. Are we gonna see? Yeah, we're gonna see a movement on the Scythians. I wonder if we are gonna see a settler being rushed anytime soon. Going for a shrine down here. The healer shrine. I mean, it must be mainly to get it. No. Why would you go for this shrine right here when you have wine right here? Is that just to get to the pearls, maybe? But I feel... Yeah, I'm not... I mean, getting to the pearls is pretty good as well, so I guess it makes sense. But... and look how easy these guys are dying. I love having horses spawn close, as it was said earlier. They do not have any kind of defensive bonuses from being on urban tile, as the Gauls have down here. They're gonna be not way more, but more difficult to deal with down here. And it would seem to me that Persia is very much in a situation right now where they're just holding the line, holding the fort, a lot of military production. Are we finding an opportune moment to go down here and clear? I'm not certain of it. Maybe we should, but it's difficult. Yeah, problem gambler, I agree. It would be a very good shrine if it gave without improved, just without the growth, just the resource in itself. Maybe it would be too good actually, but I'm not sure exactly what we are doing in Persia currently. Maybe we are, yeah, maybe we're just getting ready to clear this down here, and I think that makes sense. Very good positioning of the scout, seeing what's gonna happen up here. Do we see that? Yeah, I believe we do. Yeah, this is the vision from Persia's perspective. So we do know exactly what currently is taking Aran's attention. And you could argue finally he's gonna get game, which is gonna, or at least trapping, so he's gonna be able to get game. And gonna provide a lot of resources. Look at this. It's a small thing, but we already have 4 specialists in this city, which is one of the ways you can get decent science going with a zealot. And I actually think that's one of the reasons why landowners especially are great with a zealot opening, because you will be able to get those specialists early on. Hati is even better at that. I mean, we do have our lovely shrines in all the cities, so we do have our pagan religion, and they love us in the pagan religion, so that's great. Yep, chariot just coming in to clear. I wonder if we could maybe have flanked and cleared. Maybe. Didn't quite see it. Worker coming in. Settler, and we rush it. Yoink. Everything is getting rushed from the same city, so that is making it a bit more expensive. I think there is merit to spread it out a bit if you are able to. I don't know the math, but maybe you could watch Scientific's video. I think it's one of the best videos made about rushing stuff, and I saw it, but it's been months since I saw it last time, so I don't remember the exact maths behind it, but the cost is gonna increase the more times you use same action in each city, so spreading it out is often advisable, although you need to be developed, so it could either be Hattusa or his rider seat. Finally, we've started clearing down here, but it's gonna take a little while, and we do not have a settler coming currently. And we do not have any specialist. And I think this is a good call by Aran. I think he maybe could have gone even more aggressive if he wanted to, but playing into hunters, playing into a player frankly rushing warriors with civics from the get-go, probably not the greatest choice. I think as he's doing right now, the better choice is probably just to take your initial expansion, just do it, get these 2 cities, and then you can totally focus your effort down here. Most likely the Gauls is going to be raiding into Persia, and he's probably not going to beat you to this city. And we've even taken an alliance with the Gauls, which is always nice. Did we get another note? Ah, interesting. He's looking at the opinion modifier for Gauls. That is pretty advanced stuff right here. Basically, he's going into these options, and you can tell here what is the current relationship between the nations. So he can see, all right, currently this number right here is going down as we speak. This is probably gonna be a telltale sign of some kind of action taking place down here, which could indeed mean that this mirror expansion is happening at the same time. Very advanced stuff, not gonna lie. I don't think I've ever done that. I've once, or maybe more, talked about it being a possibility, but I don't think I've ever actually managed to take any useful information from that. But maybe it's a mistake on my part. We managed to clear up here. Probably not with a lot of issues, and just getting traders online now, it's gonna benefit us a ton. Going this close and starting to clear. Is this the... I mean, we are gonna take some damage, but we can probably tank it. It's not all bad. And using our tactician offensively, so it's gonna attack back against this guy. That is actually pretty good stuff. So good job by teuzet. sorry. We are already building the crease. I like this. I really like at least an acolyte getting built. I think there's a lot of value to that. And it seems like we opted to also eat this right here, this wine resource. So it looks to me Persia is not going for a long game. We are at least cannibalizing our late game resources. What does this guy do? He just... Yeah, I'm confused. Anywho, gonna have another landowners, so triple landowners and 2 traders, and I believe the last is gonna be a writer's city. And where are these guys going? Are they? Yeah, they are going for Aran, which seems fair. But also great timing. This is gonna be pretty easy to clear. Very easy, actually. And then we have the last settler coming online, and then we can focus our entire attention down here. Border boost incoming. It's gonna be nice. Gonna grab probably quite a lot of resources on the edge. So overall, very nice. Maybe I can make a strike with some chariots in his clearing. Yeah, maybe you could. Now we see double chariot production. What I would like to see from the tech choices is probably going towards a military drill. You would like to get those barracks or you will get outproduced in the long run. Interesting, Hati is showing as weaker currently. So we do have more military. Our military spam has helped. However, it would have been better to have these last few warriors as officers if we are not gonna make any use of the warriors. And it seems to me like we are mainly content on just defending. Uh, I think we got a free spearman. This is such a lovely thing. This could very much confuse our opponent. Maybe he sees, oh, spearman. He's probably already having teched all the way to spearman and can mass spearman. And I would show this, make certain Aran could see it, and hope he's gonna panic a bit about us maybe having spearmen. Because if you look at the tech tree currently, we don't even have labor force, so we are far away from spearmen. But we clearly got some kind of event, but we're just standing here defensively, and probably with, yeah, outside of vision range. So I would show this. I would show this and hope my opponent panicked a bit. This is a lovely event. Trying to keep up with the events a bit more probably. List, lovely stuff. I wish you could go back easy and tell what events people had that turn. It would be easier as a spectator to keep up. But maybe it's just a skill issue. once more, we are standing in, I, I'd say, a questionable position with this scout. It could it could easily be spotted and killed. And then we don't have any scout on our opponent. That's never a great feeling. So this is hmm that's all I'm gonna say. Where did we kill anything? Ah, I believe this raiding unit went up here and got killed easily. Makes sense. Orders, pretty even. Military score, yeah, we are absolutely ahead currently. But I don't think it's gonna concern Aran that much. He knows he's got military incoming. But we have a lot of units not doing a lot, mainly just defending us. And honestly, I can get why. I was just a few turns ago saying this is scary. If we got rushed with chariots, we would probably straight up lose the game. So I get it, honestly. Um, Most likely it's a decent play, but we could maybe have accomplished even more with just scouting and see what is our opponent doing, or saving the civics when we really needed it. But it's always very difficult. Always very difficult. And overall, I think teuzet has done a pretty good job overall. The early skirmish was nice, but not the worst. We did trade some orders around, but both nations having orders to spare in the beginning, so small minor mistakes, but I really like to get our science going. We need specialists. We're building a scout. That was something we lost earlier, was a scout. This scout, maybe straight up just go for trapping right here. I would probably have prioritized getting this earlier. Also getting game earlier. I think spending civics to rush in the beginning is often quite worth it. Look, this is gonna give us, I know it's not amazing, but 4 culture, 40 science, 40 gold, and a science. That's not nothing, and you're even gonna get down to the game early and get a lot of growth. It's, in my opinion, very much worth it to focus on that, and we are absolutely missing resources currently. We have a lot of our resources have gone into building shrines and barracks, which honestly is great, but we are having issues funding it. This food economy is not really ready to produce, and we can't even buy specialists currently. So earlier going for this and then down to this, there's a lot of food, there is a lot of gold to be had, and at council you would probably rather want to go for a specialist, but we do not have the food apparently. So this is gonna be an issue. Do we even have a settler? I don't see it. Yeah. I like how we moved both units back to defend with this. I would probably just move forward with some of it and some of it backwards, but I don't know. Look at the comparison in Hati. We have still some of our wood bank left. Not a lot of resources, but our gold income, mainly due to us having traders, is just so much better. So much better. I imagine we're gonna go for military drill At least I would. I know there are absolutely great arguments for going labor force here, and I wouldn't say it was a bad move if we opted for labor force right here, but I would go military drill. I think we have the economy to just buy some stuff. We did end up rushing another chariot. Back to Persia. We are doing the right stuff. We are building up our economy. We have workers working. That's what we would like to see. But we need some kind of resources. We may end up just straight up selling our wood, but mainly doing council at this stage is doesn't feel great. But I think it was year 36, the last game versus myself from teuzet, which, yeah, it ended around turn 36 or 38 or something. At least we are going the distance, and I also... It's... teuzet is not a bad player by any means, but he's playing Aran, last year's third place and one of my personal favorites in the overall tournament after having lost his first match. So it's also pretty rough for teuzet. I think he's hopefully, if he's going to lose this match, gonna find himself in a way easier game next match. I think that would really be well deserved from teuzet. I love the aggressive style he brings, going in and shocking a worker, doing stuff like that. Always good fun. But back to Aran, and also this up here is just, especially Zenobia with 5 wisdom, 3 growth in each city. It's absolutely nasty. Yeah, he could probably go for this without too much hassle. And also 5 military units also. Or kill 5 military units. It's also gonna be easy. Both things great. Looks like Aran ended up going for military drill, as I said before. So, good job, Aran. And all the time, Aran is just seeing exactly what's going on. You should have one more scout. Where's the other? The other scout is all the way up here. Don't know what this scout is supposed to be doing up here. I would probably have liked my other scout to be in this area right here. However, it is one thing I think most players simply forget to think about where they end up with their scout. And maybe he's been harvesting and doing some good stuff with the Esperos, I'm not certain. And you are pretty sure he's not gonna do anything too out of the ordinary when you witness he's using orders to clear a camp. So it's probably all good. Building a rancher? Why are we building a rancher and not an officer? Maybe we couldn't afford, but we are probably gonna have pretty decent orders. like some science. I'm a bit puzzled by Ranger. Although it is one order, so it's not bad per se, but maybe I'm too obsessed with officers, not gonna lie. They may not be as good as I make them out to be. Back to Aran. We are probably tinderbox. Some weddings. Ah, this is too late. Unlucky. There are not gonna be 5 Scythians in this map. And eliminated. Did we get anything cool? Ooh, that's a lot of gold. I love that. Also, culture not bad. I'll probably take the gold. Honestly. Did we go for the... We did go for the culture. We're gonna get strong quite early. Yeah, look at this. Turn 35. He has 1 spear, but no labor force law. Civic staff or event. But this is the thing. It's gonna make him question himself a bit. But alright, never mind. He's having excellent vision down here. He doesn't need a scout. Forget what I said before. I apologize. The border boost we got before. Look at how much it actually grabbed for us. Very good. And we're gonna see likewise a border boost from teuzet. Are we building a militia? We are building, yeah. This is the result of an economy not really doing as good as I would have liked. If this was the case, I would have built a worker instead. I think a worker would be a lot better, almost always. We are looking at our opponent already being learned. That's never a good feeling. And I believe Aran is gonna do something aggressive somewhat soon. Or at least consider it. His last settler is gonna be ready in 1 turn. Go up, settle. And then we are probably gonna have orders to spare. I think he is very much considering going down this direction. And one reason I think that would be a good choice, first of all, the main production of his economy is right here, and the distance from this area down to this area is not equal but not as bad compared to Persia. This is going to be sort of equal distance from the military production, whereas a fight right here would be more in the heart of the Persian Empire, so he would get a lot of orders on in the war, extra to spare. But looks like we are moving quite fast. It took a while to clear this. We could get a free warrior event, always lovely to see. But I don't suspect these guys are gonna last that long, and also having some run away and try to raid, that's gonna delay it. But the issue is, look at this. If we get too close and we have, and at least I don't think so, we have no eyes on this. Yeah, we have no idea what is lurking in the shadows. This can come down and make us having a lot of trouble. Good events, love to see it. Turn 36, he is naive. He indeed is naive. Yeah. And we have the vision. This spear, which is gonna do a good job versus our chariot. It's too far away. It can't assist down here. It's gonna need at least one entire turn to move all the distance, or it would need to force march, but that's gonna drain a lot of orders. Again, stuff you like to see. I believe Aran is looking for an opportunity to strike down here currently. This probably isn't the turn, but maybe bring this down here. Get... probably not that. And we do see the barracks coming. The economy is good. We can do it. We have the zealot coming. Oh, sorry, the settler coming. Where is... Oh, I missed this. 2 turns ago, clearly, we got a new leader. What happened to the earlier leader? And this is a very good leader. Tactician, bloodthirsty, brave, bold, an excellent leader. We are not able to rush, but honestly, we probably have done enough with that. And holy damn, she's a lovely lady. And what happened to our... He just straight up died, severely ill. But this is sort of the situation where you don't mind it too much. Having a lady like this take over and already have a husband. We are not in any serious issue, and we can put her on a chariot. We've already done it. I don't see which chariot, but apparently we've done it. Going back to Persia. Still trying to get the economy in order. Struggling. We decide to go back and heal. Probably not a bad call. We still have something down here. We are falling back, which is probably the right choice, honestly. I wonder if we kind of smelt that maybe our opponent would be closing in on punishing our movements down here. So moving back the right call. I'm a bit puzzled what triggered the fallback, but nevertheless, it's a good move. Absolutely not a bad call to go back. These guys were vulnerable, and they're probably gonna be able to deal with this invading. Maybe that prompted it, but not too sure. Maybe we just smelled that this was gonna be an issue, but this is 6 turns gonna be upgraded into an encampment. Gonna be even more difficult to deal with. And yep, rider seat. I don't think the scout spotted the moves because the scout is right here. Everything in here was in shadow, but maybe he just realized, wait up, maybe he could sort of strike down if he has a scout and realize there were issues. That could have been it. One thing I like about Aran, he's playing pretty fast, pretty efficiently. So even though we are playing with slow turn timer, he's not running down the clock at all. I wonder what is this about buying down here with... Is this... No. I was just about to say you have the ability to buy with landowners extra tiles if we wanted to get it all the way down here, and then we could continue to buy across down here. But that would take, we would need to buy all this. I believe that's how the mechanic works. So that's probably not viable. But is this to get a better place to build our barracks besides garrisons? I'm puzzled. Does anyone in chat know or have an idea about what Aran is trying to do with this this buying down here? I'm puzzled by it. No idea at all. Oh, I should probably turn off my custom overlay. Easier to tell what is happening. My apologies. This moved up here. Started to fortify right here. Probably not a bad position to be in. What happened to this? Oh, the spearman is coming down in this direction. I like that. Getting the spear sort of central, easier to move in both directions. Building barracks closer to the enemy. Yeah, that's sort of what I was getting at as well, Cyan, but yeah, I still think it's a lot of effort for. I mean, you do have decent river movement down here. Shouldn't be much of a hassle, but getting 2 barracks here is not bad. So back to Aran. I'd like to have this lovely lady as the Chancellor as long as possible. Oh, never mind. We did send our sister to be the Chancellor. She's not bad though. I can see that. But oh, what happened to Zenobia? Is she in any position currently? I don't believe so. Yeah, I'm surprised by that. But I'm surprised by a lot of things. Probably gonna see a barrack here. Some pretty decent promotions. Military score back with Aran being ahead. Science, he's far ahead. 60 science, which is very good at this game stage. Ah, thanks, Problem Gambler. I love how I think 5 weeks ago or so, I've never heard about Mr. Problem Gambler, and suddenly I believe he's one of the absolute best players in the community, which is amazing. I don't, oh, we haven't played yet. I mean, eventually we're gonna get to play one another, but he knows so much already. He could probably write a guide about how to get accelerated learning in this game because he had picked up so many tricks so goddamn quickly. Or maybe he's just a smurf. Maybe it's just another guy in the community hiding behind the fake identity. Maybe it's Aran's second account or something. We don't know. Or I don't know. But he owes me $10, so both players going for labor force. It seems like we're falling back mostly. Even fortifying. A lot of fortifying action in general, and I really don't like that action too much. I mean, if we have the orders, it makes sense, but overall, I'm not a big fan of fortifying. Doing a bit a family opinion. We do have decent opinion, but I believe Hati is a lot better. Yeah, look at this. This is absolutely amazing. I see maybe... Oh, it's a different sister. We have a lot of sisters in our family tree. Yeah, look, we have the 3 sisters ruling the kingdom, clearly. Sister, sister, and sister. I've thought, maybe Aran did too, that this head of the Ryder family was about to be the leader or the chancellor, so you didn't want to upset her, but I don't know. I'm getting myself confused. What does the order economy look like? I believe, yeah, that is... We don't have infinite orders. Oh, I like this. Having just a normal farmer, actually a lot of value from just a normal farmer. And looking at this granary placement and this small farm train going, that is a small thing, but oh, it's just nice to see. It's just nice to see. So what are we doing, Mr. Aran? We are bringing our forces slowly back. Look at the vision. We can just see everything after we got a tactician leader. Tactician is giving 2 extra vision range, so we are able to see everything our opponent is doing, more or less. I believe Aran is feeling pretty confident currently. I, at least, would be quite confident in this position. You can tell your opponent is naive, and you can tell his tempo has not quite been able to keep up with yours. And yeah, I don't really have any idea about what Persia could do to sort of catch up. You gotta do something about the science gap. Specialist is probably one approach. Still building a rancher down here. Feels like it's been a rancher for quite a while. Spamming decrease. I mean, we have enough orders, but we're mainly focusing on getting more orders. Our economy is... Oh, it's struggling. Food is getting expensive already. Everything is getting expensive. That's often what happens if you have traders. They're just gonna buy a lot of stuff. And look at this. This is scary looking. At least we do have vision, as we are also playing a tactician. Family opinion has improved somehow, not sure why. But look at this build queue. I'm not... Oh, we're finally building the trap, and we finally got border expanded down here, so we can take this game right down here. 4 growth and 20 food. Would love to see it, but look at the difference. We have not a single specialist and not a single citizen. Compare that to Hati having 5 specialists already. That is a huge difference. A huge difference. We opted to go for this scout, but The scout is just standing around, and honestly, what would we need a scout for? We can see almost everything currently in the game. So not a lot of value to be had there. At least I don't think so. We're still not building any production buildings. Oh, now we see it. We see them now. Double barracks down here besides this garrison. It's a cute move, it's a fun move, and honestly, I mean, this Riverlands up here, it's gonna be lovely if we eventually are gonna need some wood. Then this would be a shame to cut down for building barracks. So, I mean, I can see it. I don't think I would have gone for this, and maybe that's why Aran is a better player than myself. Um, Good morning, Alcaraz. This is a game between, sorry, this is a game between Aran and teuzet, and we did have some early skirmish in the beginning. teuzet went forward, both basically expanded to these cities at sort of the same time. So teuzet went ahead with his tactician leader early on and stunned a worker building a shrine right here, but got himself caught by Aran opened a cellar, and he could move Swift cellar at that, even not opened, but he got Swift eventually. So he could move his warriors all the way from the middle and down here, and it ended up being an exchange with I think one warrior dying for Aran and two slingers dying from teuzet. However, the tempo shift was quite massive as Persia or teuzet had to pull back, and he opted to use his civics to rush a few warriors and fortified a lot of units, whereas Aran just opted to go back and continue his expansion. Aran was landowners with Hati going directly into a zealot, so he was able to rush out a few warriors and then eventually a few chariots. So his production was unmatched in the beginning, and he could just basically take whatever approach he had. If he would have liked, I believe he could have gone straight for the throat, but he opted to go for the more safe approach, and he is just ahead by science by a lot currently. It's not close in that regard, and honestly, the Persia early on went with military tradition, built a lot of barracks, but didn't really build up his economy, so he's been struggling big time with economy for the last 10 turns or so, and he's not really able to turn his great military production into an actual army, and is building scouts, decrees, militia before, and not not really making the correct moves in my opinion to bring himself back in the game. At each turn, Aran is just climbing further and further up and up the hill or whatever. He's just getting further ahead. He has taken your advice, Alcaraz. If you are ahead, get further ahead, basically. Which I'm trying to make a thing that was said by Atosis and not Alcaraz from the StarCraft community. Improvements kind of close, but the actual value of the improvements are not even close, because Aran is having traders with special. Look at this. It's like elder specialist, a fisher in a trader seat, a farmer with a farmer specialist, double granary, uh, a lot of specialists all around. So the quality of the improvements are a lot better in Hearty, even though it's sort of even. Yeah, spamming the decrease. I don't know what we will need the orders for. We are just basically standing still mostly. The settler is coming. Finally, we found the resources to get the settler going, but we cleared the site 30 turns, not 30, but 10 turns ago or so, and finally the settler is being built. We got our chancellor on as well. Aran did some great stuff also with having Zenobia as a chancellor for a little while, then just going into this sister. It's the three sisters currently ruling in sister, 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 and these are all great ladies. Look at them. 182, 412 Scholar Swift. Not the best, but I mean, not the worst either. And the leader itself is also pretty good. So yeah, the family tree is looking marvelous in Hearty. Whereas, I mean, it's not bad either. Uh, but it's not as impressive. And I don't think this setup is gonna change a lot. But maybe. We do have a lot of training, so getting a zealot. If we could get... No, we also missed out on Zoroastrianism. I missed that. I missed that a long time ago, actually. But maybe it could spread to one of our cities and we could rush out a lot of stuff. But we can't afford it, so... damn. Is this just a road to make it even easier to... Yeah, we are just building roads to get down here even faster. I wonder if we're gonna clear the Gauls. Encampment, one turn. Have we seen? Forgot to assign slavery last turn. Oh my god, Aran, are you even trying? That is unacceptable. Yeah, look, we are using our civics to rush officers, as I would like to see being done down here in Persia. But the science is just going off the charts. Worker forum. Yeah, good spotted. Settler right here. We are gunning for this site down here. And I don't see why not. I believe we are... I mean, we can at least threaten it. We don't need to overcommit. I don't think Hattie really know how far ahead he currently is. But it's gonna be a rough position to be in teuzet, spending the last 10 turns or so to get the economy in order, which isn't great when there's only been like 40 turns in the game. Spending 10 turns to sort of get your orders in order, not what you would like to see. We also finally have the option to take slavery for Persia. I really hope he doesn't forget it. Labor force finally done. Oh, sorry. Next turn. Next turn, labor force will be done, and we could get slavery. That's gonna help a lot. I'm not sure why we are rushing chariots currently. Maybe, and I think this may be a Hail Mary by teuzet. He knows how far behind he is. Aran doesn't know it, but I believe what we will see is Persia trying to build up the greatest army he can and then just go for it. I'm not sure he's gonna succeed, but it's not a bad call per se, because if you look at the build queues, it is pretty defensive all around, or pretty economic, and the military is pretty close. I mean, it's gonna be very difficult to really make something happen, but it maybe could happen, and if it does, it would be a great comeback. Aran isn't to the same extent positioning his warriors like right here to defend. However, there is a lot of rough terrain to get through. It's not gonna be easy to get into these cities, and the army is pretty defensively positioned, and we do have a lot of chariots, and they are gonna do pretty good against this army. There is only one spearman, and we don't have the ability to build more. Fourth law is coming in, and slingers. Back to Persia. Let's go. Slayer incoming. Ooh, this is a tough thing. What do you go for right here? What would you have liked in this situation? Maybe stone cutting would have been nice. Maybe admin. Maybe honestly, phalanx is what you're looking for currently. This is the tech you would like to have. So getting a lot of late game techs, or not late game, but expensive techs, and then free exotic fur. Ah, that yikes. Persia is not going to be able to promote to spears anytime soon. They will need to take both phalanx, and that's going to be after portcullis. So we're not going to see any different kind of units for a long time in Persia. Seemingly we rushed another settler down here, so I may have missed that, but then we have this settler and this settler, but there's also a settler being built right here. So what gives? Hello, Magnus. Hello, and welcome to the chat, and welcome to the stream. 25 people are watching. That's amazing. Hello to all of you. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We are seemingly moving our scout in here, trying to see what's gonna happen. Surely it's gonna die. Please. Oh, sorry, I'm back to the wrong guy. Did we get ourselves... We did manage somehow to get our scout stuck in here. Yes, look, Aran is not wasting any turn. That scout is dead. That scout is dead. The barracks are online. Elder Acolyte. Oh, poor teuzet. Rip indeed. Rip indeed. But again, they kind of have pretty good vision anyway with a tactician. Signed some generals, did some improvements. Chariot, chariot, chariot. I can see what we're attempting to do by Persia. I think we're trying to amount the greatest force we can and then just go for it. Maybe we need like a worker to chop some woods right here to make our route easier, less forest. But it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be damn near impossible. But there is a little window. A little window. But damn, it's small. Hello Magnus. I believe I did a full recap 10 minutes ago, just when Alcaraz entered the chat. Um, you could go back for that, but the really short version right now, they had a small skirmish right here at the beginning. teuzet tried to go for some shenanigans with a tactician, but got caught by the zealot by Hati, and he over-responded in defensive, while Aran just built up eco. And currently, the state of the game is that Aran is far ahead on science and also most other metrics. He's ahead by 2 cities. These cities have never been settled by Persia. Never mind, I was lying. My back. But Persia is far behind on eco and science. Sort of equal in military, but it's only going to be a matter of time. The one thing that could go wrong for Aran right now is sort of the same thing I saw in the game with Alcaraz. He could perhaps overcommit to economy right now, where his opponent is attempting some sort of Hail Mary, getting every military unit in the world on the board, and then maybe he could do something. But it's a difficult position to beat. I mean, they are sort of equal military, and you're going to be fighting in military territory, and Aran is going to reinforce faster, and he's having happy family bonuses, and it's not going to be easy. We are doing nothing but building chariots, it would seem. I'm excited about what's going to happen with this setline in 3 turns. But yeah, I believe currently he doesn't know it, which is always the difficult part. Aran doesn't know how far ahead he is currently. He doesn't know that during the early game, Persia sort of overcommitted to military, at least to some extent, so the actual production was delayed by 10 turns or so. So from his perspective, it's a way more competitive game. But if he had perfect information, I believe this city would be building slingers just to be absolutely certain nothing would happen. That's at least what I would do if I had perfect information. So if I was to continue this game from Aran from this point, I believe I would have like 99% chance of winning. if I started to go for a bit more military, because we have such a huge science lead and it's not gonna change anytime soon. Eventually it's gonna be, yeah, look, primitive. Turn 45, he's primitive, he knows now. Yeah. Witnessing your opponent is primitive in this sort of game state. Oh, this is fun. Look how he planned this out, Aran. I love to see this, and I love this little snake biting granaries. Very good stuff. Chariot, Settler Festival. I mean, I am saying that Persia is seemingly very committed to military, but with that said, only two queues are currently military, which is pretty much the same up here. So it's just a rough position for Persia. I am not scientific. I have a harder time hyping up the position when I see it's being quite uneven. He has a knack for that speciality. But I recommend, if you are seeing this match or just joined us, go back and watch the beginning. I think the opening by Aran was very cool, and I got a unusual start with no nets, deciding to bring out a strat I practiced with Baldus. It's a strat me and Aran sort of practiced in the beginning with an early Zealot on Hati. So that was cool to see in action. And I'm glad he's giving some credit to me, because I sort of made the strat. It's one of the strats I've kept hidden. I actually did make a video of it, but I decided not to release it. And I think I'm gonna re-record it because it wasn't that great. But the main reason to not release it was to keep it a secret for the tournament. Obviously, when we saw it, Scientific was quick to point out that was basic stuff. Everyone, or especially him, had been doing that for since the eternity of time. So Zealot on Hati, who nothing special for Scientific, but I was very hyped when I discovered the synergies you had, and seemingly Aran was as well. And for anyone in chat, I highly encourage you to try to go landowners with a Zealot on Hati, grab a quick Judaism, and just see where that takes you. And for the people not knowing, the special thing about a Zealot is that you can train units like settlers or chariots or warriors with training in the beginning if you have a state religion. And you're going to have a state religion with Judaism early. There is so many possibilities. Yikes, my coffee has gotten cold. I didn't manage to keep up drinking while talking, so I was too engaged in the game. God dang it. We are gonna see some action, it would seem. This settler finished, will finish in next turn. And Hati, Aran's settler, finished last turn. Continue to go with a slinger. I like that a lot. Currently, I believe Aran is at peace. Yeah, Aran is at peace with the Gauls. and it is 5th strength unit, so it's not that easy to clear out. Coming in here, you're only gonna deal like 3 damage with the basic units, so it does take a bit of a commitment to clear this. Not that easy to do. Sort of have to bring out the big guns. Like to see this. I like this little road thing going here. That's quite cute. We see the units move in, and I am thinking that Aran is gonna see everything. Look at the vision. This is the point of view of Aran. Our Hachi player is seeing everything currently. It's very difficult to hide anything when the borders are 2 tiles apart and you have a tactician leader on both sides. So both players are seeing it all. And we did just discover navigation, so could go into serfdom, get the orders back, which would be nice. Then we are basically at 4 laws timing. Going to sovereignty, I would... steel is not really what we're looking for. I would probably also go in the same direction. I'd love to get spearmen online, honestly. As soon as possible, so we have a counter for his chariots. I mean, more chariots is an excellent counter, but anyway, fun. We did manage to get our scout back. Looking at the family opinion, especially from the military family, is also excellent in Hati, whereas we are having some issues down here. Lovely ambition. That's gonna be quite easy to accomplish. Going back here to the Bilqu's chariot, slinger. It's looking like Aran is doing exactly what I said a few turns ago. So clearly he's cheating and needs to be banned because he's listening in. If you can't tell, that was sarcasm. It's I don't believe we've had any case of cheating, not to my knowledge at least. Maybe Scientific on Alcaraz knows something I don't, but I don't think we've had any cheating at any point. At least not in this tournament so far. You love to see this. Units slowly moving forward. And the forces are pretty equal. Not a big difference. Small advantage actually for Persia. Oh, we went into colonies first and started buying. Interesting. So I guess we are gonna buy a few tiles maybe over here. We could connect, make a reinforcement easier. Maybe buy down here to make it easier to steamroll down here. I don't think I would have gone in this direction. I think I would have just taken the order bonus right now, but I can see it's gonna provide infinite value for such a long time, and I think Aran is not here to make a gamble. He's here to win this game. He's not gonna risk it all rushing in early. Speaking of rushing in early, teuzet, never change, my man. I love this energy. This is such amazing to have someone come into a game and just, you know what? I'm just gonna attack. this is a great position for the spearmen. It's gonna be pretty difficult to actually deal with it. At least with this one right here. You can't surround them, so they're gonna fight back. But with that said, how much damage? You could stun it though. With your chariot leader, you could go down and stun it. Then it would be stunned and standing on the territory of the opponent. And I mean, we do not have a lot of slingers currently, but slinger in a turn, chariot. I'm not sure what to do right here. You could, maybe you're trying to look at what the possibilities are currently. Go up here. What is... Are we just trying to protect our leader perhaps right here? I mean, one thing you could do, I don't know if we had the orders, but you could maybe block the coastline. If you could fill this entire, or this thing with units, maybe you could block the coastline, put one unit in here, and suddenly these units would be stuck over here. But it's... This unit ain't gonna do. Moving forward and fortifying. I think this is what I was talking about before. I think this is the gamble, the Hail Mary. Like, we are just gonna take the engagement. I think this is at least one turn too early, but I can respect it. I believe he's gonna try to make something happen, but I don't think this is the right response. But I respect it. It's such nice to see a player just going in for a fight. So again, props to Teuzet. I love it. I love the energy. Back to Aran, back to Hardy. And not a very interesting... Alright. We're moving in, stunning the chariot. I would maybe have stunned this instead. But let's see what this is gonna be. We do have one slinger. I don't believe we have a lot of slingers. We only have one slinger in the entire kingdom. Aran could do the thing I was talking about, at least attempt to do it. Basically fill this up with units. No, we don't have the orders for that. I'm not sure I agree with this move. However, this is sort of trapped. And, I mean, you are mainly fighting warriors. Getting more territory. Probably nice. I would consider switching law back to serfdom right here. I think that could go hard. Apprentice officer. I mean, Aran is not concerned. He's still just sort of building up. Building another officer. I could see myself doing the exact same thing, honestly. This is not a fight you need to take or win necessarily from Hati. You just... This is something to do while you get even further ahead. But with that said, I'd love to sort of win this this match even more. And having tacticians standing on the edge like this, making it impossible to flank it, that's quite fun. If you want to kill this, you'll need to poke it with the spear and then also use your slinger. Probably better to move this up, then secure the kill. What is the order looking like? The orders is Almost even. Almost even. If we got too close like this, then perhaps these guys could get involved. That is one thing to keep in mind, that these guys are quite strong. Yep. Honestly, great move. Killed the leader. Yeah, great move by teuzet. Good stuff, man. Great stuff, actually. Probably will be able to kill this one as well. You can kill it with the spearman, and then move this one up and kill it. What else? Do have... Yes, nice. What else could we look to do? Aran's forces are standing pretty much in a perfect way for not getting route chained. But so sort of is teuzet actually. Although that changes that a little bit. Can we get this one? Are you able to get it? Close. This. By the orders. Yes. Yes. This. So far. Clearly Persia is coming out ahead in this engagement. This is not how I think Aran envisioned this battle to go. I still think Aran is in an excellent position overall in this game, but this is... I would... Yeah, and he also switched to a slinger. He was going for an officer, but he's a bit concerned. And fighting slingers into chariots, that's not something you like to do. This turned out to be quite expensive for Aran. What are you doing, Mr. Aran? That's really not what you would like to see in this position. That was way too overzealous. Look, he even captured this down here. And what happened to our family opinion? Oh, not a lot. Just a tad unhappy. I don't see a decisive response from Aran. We just straight up lost a few units. That was unnecessary, Aran. He's gonna be unhappy should he lose this match, because I believe in his first game versus Vovalet, I'd argue he was ahead by a fair margin coming into what was the late game in that game. He at least had the tech advantage, but the military was sort of close. But he ended up losing that engagement overall. So what are we gonna see here? I wouldn't count him out just yet. Aran is an excellent player, so see what he will do. But I think he's gonna fall back. This is gonna stun this one. This was like 4 or 5 units for basically nothing. Yeah, Aran is falling back. We even have an excellent leader. Ooh, I didn't see that. We apparently started the Yaselkaya some time ago. Didn't see that. Sorry, I missed out. We don't see any notes from Aran. He's keeping a lock. He's keeping us entertained over here, which is one of the reasons to love him, but clearly not excellent. Are we gonna use a fortify action here? Are we gonna Because right now we're just building slingers, mainly building slingers, and we are fighting chariots. Nothing but chariot military production from teuzet. I think this is the window he's looking for. But is it enough? We don't know. Did we opt for... No. Earthquake. You hate to see it. Unfortunate timing. With that said, I mean, it's mainly back here. I don't see a lot of improvements being... Only a few. And... Yeah. Look at this. Barker. Standing over here and can just stand here and kill this. Nice and steady. No reason to overcommit. Even saved our spearmen. I mean, this was a disaster for Aran. Neck and neck, and I mean, yeah, disaster. Yeah, the tech choices here are nothing new is gonna aid anytime soon. Soon we're gonna have a strong city up here, so that's gonna be our unique unit. Barracks. I mean, lovely play by teuzet. I really gotta give props. I think we killed 4 units, and we're gonna kill a 5th unit as well. But I'm not gonna have an easy time to push in, but I hope we're gonna try at least. I would probably bring a worker up here and chop the forests. We would like to go fast. But this is such a scary place to fight because all this terrain is just gonna be easy time moving around as Aran, where you are just might be a sitting dog. You don't know. Yeah, and hello Solver. Lovely to have the developers watching. And you are absolutely right. The science is not even close. 30 science to 72. So Aran just needs to... If he had Spearman, this game would be over. But currently we find ourselves in a position where it's still sort of interesting, but I don't believe we're gonna have something to that extent happen again. I don't believe Aran is gonna fumble this game, even though he definitely fumbled that offensive. We shall see. We shall see. I think teuzet is in a position where he should basically just abandon his economy, or at least a lot of it. He's spamming decrease, he's spamming chariots, he's rushing even. I think he's just gonna lick his wounds and just go ahead. And looks like we're gonna have a 5-minute break. So I will also take a 5-minute break. I'll wait for them to pause the turns. Aran should... Perfect. teuzet will have to chop the forests to get easy movability through the forest and then just go in. Chariots are doing pretty good versus warriors and slingers, honestly. So just go for it. Go all out. This farmer right here, I don't see why we're building a farmer. I know it's not a lot, but get something better in here. Get a slinger. This is maybe... It's crazy we are in this position, honestly. 3 turns. In 3 turns, all these warriors can be upgraded. So all Aran needs to do is survive for 3 turns. Then we're gonna have spearmen, and yeah, then it's gonna be very difficult. Ah, yeah, you're right. You're right, problem gambler. I forgot about it. Yeah, it's true. This have autonomous rule. You are absolutely correct. I apologize, Sir Aaron and chat. So we should have a pause now. Yeah, it's paused. And I will also take a quick be right back. Chat, remind me when I get back to remove overlay, but I will also be right back. Hello, chat. I am back again, and it would seem the players are still away. Um, Seemingly they are. I believe that they just said 5 minutes, so should oh, here. All right. Looks like we are basically all ready to go. Aaron is back. Should I start? Yeah. All right. We missed literally nothing, and there is no overlay. I removed that promptly when Alcaraz asked about it. uh, but I really hope teuzet is gonna move forward right here. He doesn't know it, but he's on a timer. There is the briefest slimmer of hope if he pushes in right now. Getting like 3 zealots or 3 chariots in here and just starting to go to town could maybe, just maybe, do the trick. He does have the orders. He does have a lot of orders. No improvements. Go for it. Go for it, teuzet. And I believe, honestly, he's the player that could do that. Yeah, look. Going in right now. I love this. Even though it doesn't do a lot of damage, you get it in, kill this, and just kind of force this to stay here. Yes, I agree, Alcaraz. It is awkward terrain to attack into, but it is the one option he's got this game. So absolutely the right call. The orders are rough right here. Maybe chop some terrain right here so you have an easier movement. Could very much be an option. Why are we building a council up here of all things? Are we just looking to improve our civics and training? Maybe? Upgrading, healing, going into stun. Are we gonna move forward? We're just taking upgrades right now. Do we have anything amazing? I don't see a lot of ranges. That's what I would love to see in this state. This is such Highlander and on woods. It's gonna be awful to kill with this guy. We need chariots. We need to bring the chariots, and we need them soon. We are upgrading. We are. Don't use all the training. Please save some. We might need to force march a little bit very soon. But I like how we are not really seeing more upgrades. Not even saving this backline here. Hopefully everything is just going into an attack directly into Aran. And it is scary. You're looking at an... He's weaker. Ooh, that is exactly what you would like to know. It's not by much, but he is weaker. You gotta go for it, man. Come on, teuzet. I mean, I'm cheering for both players, but I'm kinda cheering a little for the little guy right here. It would be such a crazy upset if Aran started losing or begun the tournament by losing his first 2 matches. That would be the upset of a century. If we could bet on Old World, you would make bank having made that bet. I believe. I don't believe what the bookmakers would put on that as an odd, but not great. Um, 2 turns, and we also have both free heavy chariot and free chariot coming up soon. A lot of defensive, just standing in the city, sort of defending our wonder. At this point, it's Not really gonna change a lot, but why not? I would be concerned about starting improvements right now. I would probably just, if I had the worker movements to spare, I think I would just chop forests or something. Aran has done a question from chat. He's basically begun by welcome to Aran's live old world blog. He's just been making notes throughout the game about different observations and ideas. So yeah, fun stuff. It's the suspense. It's killing me. Look at it. We have order. It's pretty close, but a lot of it is currently tied up in improvements from Aran. Building a stronghold. We are gonna be able to build our unique unit in 5 turns from this tile right here, which is lovely, but it's 5 turns. That is a long way away. I believe and I hope teuzet is gonna go for it next turn. This is the turn. You need to go for it. It's rough terrain, but it's the best you're gonna get. I respect the scouting. You don't see a lot. You basically see nothing. A dream and 23 orders. What can we accomplish? Able to do 5 damage over here. That is interesting. Ooh, our leader's doomed. That's not great. However, our daughter that's gonna rule is a zealot, which isn't bad. Not at all bad. But you hate to lose this guy. Heckler, fierce, swift. Not bad at all. And yeah, she's just not to the same level, unfortunately. You don't know it, Persia, but this is gonna... Yeah, I like it. I love it. He's doing great moves currently. Stun. Attack. Yep. Do we have the moves? We don't. Family opinion is rough. That is sort of annoying to deal with. The difference here is quite huge. I don't want to take that problem gambler. I think Aran is a huge favorite in this position. But I really like... I mean, I often call players way too early winning. And I believe I gave Aran close to 99 around 10 turns or so ago. And suddenly we are witnessing maybe a comeback potential, which would be so upsetting. But 7 orders, and next turn we'll need to make something happen, because the turn after that we're gonna be facing spearmen, and it's only gonna get worse from there. Rushing the apprentice officer. Interesting choice to rush. I would keep building the slinger, I think, and I'll save the civics to rush spearmen in a moment. Interesting choice. I disagree with this. I honestly do. I like these moves right here, but I think moving in and scouting is a small thing, but that is orders, And we just gotta believe we can do it. You don't need to see it to believe it. You just gotta go for it. Ah, you're right, Sol. I missed that. There is a governor in here, judge. So it was obviously rushed with money. I am glad I'm having smarter people than myself in the chat. That's something I always can count on with my intelligence. I disagree, Alcaraz. I don't think you need to see if he's got nothing. You're just gonna count on it and go for it. Spending those 4 orders could have been more orders for getting an evasion started. Maybe killing this one if you had enough chariots to go in. 5, maybe 8, and 5. Maybe you could have killed this guy if you went for it. Not sure though. Have 2. Got a camel archer. Where on earth did we? Was that an event? Must have been. Randomly getting a camel archer right now. That's oh, that's rough. That's rough. That is rough. Looking at the military graph, what are we looking at? I mean, it is exactly what we would like to see. Stronger. We gotta go for it, but the improvements will come in soon. With that said, Aran, you got no training. Why are we having absolutely 0 training? We had a little bit of training before, but now we got nothing. So not a lot of spearmen are coming in. But that camel, that could be the difference. We're building a lot of strongholds. Again, I wouldn't commit to too many orders right now as Aran to build queues. I would probably prefer to have them available for my army. Chariot, he's thinking. Warrior, chariot, what are we going? I would go maybe council, Aran, and next turn you can go for spearman. That would be my advice. Council into spearman up here. Alright, Persia is gotta go. One of the reasons the order seems to not be, we have this down here just spamming decrease, which it's probably the right call currently. Chariot, 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 minor. I mean, the perfect build queues doesn't exist, and then you see, we see it. Look at it in all its beauty. The chariots are coming. We did lose our pretty good zealot, which is a shame. We don't want to be mourning right now. We probably want to delegate the priest. Just take the 8 orders right now and go for it. Okay, worker, become fierce, definitely. And yeah, that is whatever. Become fierce would be pretty good here actually. And this is not all bad. 50 experience on all our mounted units. That's gonna add up. That's gonna be nice. We're taking our sweet time. We could and we probably should extend the time right here. And I probably meant tactician, yeah, if I am making a lot of mistakes. But Zealot is not by any means bad here. You do get the extra movement. You do have the ability to get a strong unit in. So did kill 1 warrior. Very nice. Love to see it. Are we gonna get another? I hope so. Flanking, flanking. It's not quite enough. We need more. We need a good unit, like that's 7. And do we have anything better? This is 5. We can't go through here, so no route chains right here. I mean, that's not bad. And we don't know we have 8 orders extra, so always look at your events first. Although I often forget to do it myself. Some small optimization right here, but Aran is suddenly without an army. He does have a camel. He does have the camel. And don't forget, we are able to do some route chains of our own. We do have a chariot. We do have a pretty decent leader ourselves. And could maybe go down here and turn it around. Extend the time, teuzet, please. You have the time. You have the options. Going in with the spearman. Probably alright. But it could be targeted. But by what? We don't have a lot of units. I don't see any crazy route chains. Yeah, nice, 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 nice. This is looking a bit dicey for Aran. That wasn't bad. That wasn't half bad. Not what you would like to see currently. Civic boost is probably the way to go right here. Go civic boost and start rushing some goddamn spearmen. We are looking at an opponent that is still only stronger, but how do we respond to this? This is way more exciting than I had expected. I don't see much weaker yet. I was looking for it. But Civic Boost, rush those dying spearmen. It's still somewhat difficult to take cities. And Aran could lose a lot and still be sort of fine. You see no more notes being posted. He's clearly entirely focused on the game, which he honestly should be. Don't have the training for upgrades, which is crazy to me. We don't have a lot of wood either, and we don't have a lot of gold. So the ability to pump out spearmen is not really there. Do I have the caster curse? Have I literally fucked Aran by calling him the winner 15 turns ago? If that's the case, I am sort of sorry, I guess. This wonder is being done next turn. The timing is awful. This engagement down here was such a disaster. I think it's probably not a bad call. I would probably get the camel into the city. The camel into the city, and we're gonna have a lot more defense. I am the danske djævel, after all. Can we do more? Can we? That wasn't amazing by the leader, honestly. That's one kill, and we are sort of exposed. That's better. That's another unit. Hopefully. But we don't have a training bank at all, or a civics bank. We got no kind of bank in Aran's. We have a time bank though. We have 559 seconds to think about what we've done. Yeah, I agree, Alcaraz. I don't think that was the play to go down here and be offensive. Seemingly overzealous in my opinion. We could probably fall even further back. Just gonna get us done. We're not gonna get a kill. I mean, at least we're gonna get us done. Um, this is... Can we kill the camel? It's not gonna be easy to kill the camel. We can't get up here, get a good 10 damage in, and then what? Maybe more. Clearly we are defending the camel. This is dicey. This is dicey. But reinforcements are coming. But I mean, so are reinforcements are also coming from Persia. Still just spamming the crease, just gunning for it, going for it. I really hope they continue this session. Uh, I really hope we won't get and break. Going for the leader. Ooh, we got a crit. Ooh, that's nice. We got a crit on the tactician on the spearman. This one spearman that we got from an event 30 turns ago or so has done so much work. I mean, that is a hero. It's just a normal spearman doing a tremendous amount of work. It's absolutely insane. But it doesn't look like we are gonna do anything about this wonder, which I honestly think is the right call. But I think it's gonna help a lot with Aran's mindset. He's, in my opinion, very committed to trying to defend this. He needs to get this camel down into the city and just starting to kill units outside. A lot of very good trades from Persia. Persia is just taking the better trades again and again. Are we still only weaker? But we're gonna be close. We're gonna be close if too much weaker. Woo. Woo. This is actually... I don't mean that in a bad way. I apologize, players, but this is exciting. This is good stuff. This is what we love. I'm sad I'm the only caster right here. I'm not really the type of hyped caster you could get in a guy like Scientific or something to that extent. But this is hype. This is such a good match. Out of the blue, you gotta get this lovely guy in here. Started to... This is smart. Just starting to ravage the territory. That is probably the play. Starting to ravage. Not bad at all. The strongholds are quite far away. by all metrics. 3 turns is an eternity in this game state. But, but, we finished our wonder. We have 27 orders, 10 units only. Uh, I mean, the army of spearmen is still not really showing up. Probably gonna land any time now. And I honestly think that is the play from a teuzet right here. Not really going to take the cities, but just rush in and mess up the entire economy. Just pillage all, and going for the horses first, but then the barracks. Then slowly but certainly you're just gonna, like this stronghold right here and right here. Why are we building a stronghold? 4 turns is gonna take forever. Just hide that goddamn worker before it dies. I don't get that at all. But yeah, the camel in here is gonna do work. Yeah, hide them workers. But we're not able to take a lot of good trades. It's only 1 unit we killed. Aran doesn't need a lot of time to get his forces together. He's got very decent military production, like 20, so he can build out units quite fast. Not a single fort for Aran. Did we upgrade anything? No, we promoted our leader on this chariot, and I think that's the right call. Ah, we are hidden. Never mind. I thought, why are we? Yeah, we can hide in the forest. That's something you easy forget. But we can hide in the forest, which is, for instance, this unit just hiding. We can hide a lot of our power level sort of in the forest. It's gonna be way more difficult to harass. Hide our workers out on the ocean, in the cities, and just amass a bit of a comeback potential. We don't need a lot. We have in our draw pile, we got a lot of good stuff. We have especially 3 heavy chariots. If we get 3 heavy chariots, we are golden. And some goddamn spearmen, please. How much how much? Maybe we could just go for it. Yeah, that's the issue. That's why you didn't want to build a stronghold there. That was kind of the expected outcome when you have 11 chariots in your territory. Don't forget this. These woods are also kind of working against Aran's slingers currently. Council. Yes. Portcullis was between monasticism, composite bow, and free exotic fur. Nothing he wanted, I think. Yeah. Just moving on and canceling. This is, in my opinion, the right play. I'd love to get this one slinger though. Yeah, and I love this. Getting your highway. Maybe even start building a road here. Maybe. Probably not. Probably too many orders for what we're looking for. Um, but yeah, killing workers. If, and it's not easy to do, but if we could upset the families, which we are not gonna do most likely because the families are very happy. But killing a lot of workers is a way to upset the families quite a lot, and that could really destroy the tempo. But going in, killing the barracks, just gunning down the barracks, gunning down the horses, that is gonna do a lot of damage. And killing the workers, of course. Still have one last stronghold being built, but again, I think that is something we could go for. Seems like we attacked in here. I Yeah, maybe just a slinger here. All right, Aaron, my boy, are we power level similar? What? This is similar. It doesn't feel similar to me. Not gonna lie. It doesn't feel similar at all. But apparently that is this is the power of hiding in the woods, I guess. This one camel archer. Absolutely amazing. I mean, it is turn 56. Oh, we got the free. Oh, sorry. For a second, I thought it was heavy chariots. It's only the free chariot, but still not bad. It's a way to turn our science lead into some kind of military, and everything helps a lot. And heavy chariots are coming. So, hello, Moroden. Coming to cheer for Aran. He could use it. He's getting attacked big time by teuzet, and if he holds, he's gonna win. I believe if this falls through, that was a mistake. Did you all see it? He could have flanked and it didn't. Then he wouldn't have gotten any damage on this guy. Sadly, he did. And one of the issues right now for teuzet, and you have to spend so many orders to get to Aran behind enemy lines. And you also got to be mindful of not setting up any kind of funny route chains yourself. Both players are doing a marvelous job of not setting up route chains. I could definitely learn a thing or two. I think that's one of my personal weaknesses. Um, I'm so focused on how I can maximize my own damage output one turn. I sometimes forget how I can minimize my losses the next. I think it's difficult. Um, Especially in a network game, but overall. Yeah, just spending the orders to chop and then hiding in the woods. I think that's the right call. One more turn. Honestly, it might be worth to put one to defend this one guy. If we can get this one done, we could from next turn start to rush heavy chariots, which would go pretty hard. So maybe get this one to hide up here. That would require a lot of investment from the opponent to get that down. I think that's worthwhile, honestly. But what do we have? We are building barracks, pastures. We are gonna have our own horse with Saddleborn. We do have an excellent leader here. Bloodthirsty, brave, bold. And we see one of the issues of teuzet. He's not really able to reinforce because he's doesn't have. Why didn't it switch over to? I'm sorry, guys. Any good? Not really anything we're looking for. We don't have vision on this stronghold. Do we gamble and just go for it? Maybe. But can we even kill it? I'm not sure. We'll need to force march, and we don't have infinite force marches. Can we get the camel, maybe? Just harassing the barracks, honestly not a bad call. honestly not a bad call at all. I like this play. Given our current predicament, we are absolutely and it does show us weaker now. It was similar one turn ago, which was seemingly strange, honestly. Yes, going to kill that goddamn camel. Can we kill that goddamn camel, though? Look, we can deal 7 damage to it, and then only 2 damage from a chariot. We'll need to bring our slinger. If we bring the slinger, we can kill the camel, and that is probably the play. Could we maybe kill this guy first and get it easier? Not really. Ah, this is rough. We won't be able to kill the camel. At least not without a... Yeah. I believe we forced march to get to the camel. Not entirely sure, but we won't even be able to kill it. Make sure to get to the right side of the river when you are attacking. This city is awful to attack, but get to the right side of the river. Will deal a lot more damage if we were on the right side of the river. But yeah, we are seeing some potential route change. We are seeing spearmen. Maybe that was triggered our attack right here. But this could be a rough route chain. We gotta respect the river. Learn the river. The river. Think of the river. But yeah, look at the potential we probably are gonna have here. Leader coming in here hot. Having the spearman up here doing a lot of damage. Having the camel coming in do a lot of damage. We are gonna witness a lot of death next turn, I believe. I don't know how much, but something. Do we go for the leader or do we just skip the leader, honestly? Maybe the play is to skip the leader. Because it's a goddamn zealot, and we hate zealots. Maybe the play is actually to start over here. And deal 10 damage. And then go and take this. Then you are gunning for this one, which you could... Yes. Then we're gunning for this one. Do we have damage for it? I believe we do. Could do with... how much do we need? We need 6 damage right here. That's pretty good. We have a hero. Not enough. Do we have... We're probably looking right now. One option is probably to go 4 damage from this guy. Yeah. This guy. How come he suddenly does so much? Are we bloodthirsty? I believe we are. Yeah, that's right. That worked out marvelously. Then we can go for this one, which if we move the camel in right here, I believe this leader with the extra 25 may be able to get it. Not certain though. Could also just take this one is probably better. Take this one, attack in here, get it. Maybe we're looking to get this one as well. We won't be able to. Aran. Flustering about his tech choices. We can probably move the hero in here. Get this one. Oh, that's not neat. Didn't see that move. Uh, 7 damage only, but yeah, the camel, bonk. This is gonna be... Have this one. No, we won't be able to, will we? Ah, yes, we will. If we buy 2 orders, we'll be able. And we didn't even use this. We didn't need the spearman. Not at all, guys. Not an issue at all. I believe this is gonna... Aran is gonna feel such a relief right now. I believe he was suddenly super stressed about his circumstances. I think he's gonna feel pretty fine right now. I wouldn't be too surprised if this doesn't pan out. Teuzet may just surrender. I'm not entirely sure that that's gonna be the story, but it could be. Um, why are we not killing? Don't we have enough orders to... I'm confused. I thought we could bring this down and get the kill, but apparently not. He lacked one order to... Okay, not getting this chariot could be bad. Oh, maybe not that bad actually. There are no amazing route chains right here. Can this come in and do some good stuff? Maybe. Finally gotten our spy master. That is gonna do something. I disagree with using our spearman here. Probably use it for the camel. You want to kill that goddamn camel. Yeah, he maybe forgot about the spearman. But I think he lacked one order to both do it with the spearman and the slinger. They were too far away. Not entirely sure I agree with this approach. He could also have healed more on this. This not perfect. Okay, so we can get this up here and deal with this. But. Not bad, not bad. Similar. What does the graph look like now? Ooh. Ooh. That's rough. That's rough. And we are seeing spearmen being rushed with civics, yeah. And we have heavy chariots coming. Yeah, Aran is gonna hold, I believe. Maybe not controversial. Yeah, Solver is also sort of calling it in chat. We both arrived at the same conclusion. If that free camel hadn't arrived, maybe, just maybe. Not sure, but maybe. But I'm very pleased with how this match panned out. and I hope the 23 persons or people in chat are having a good time as well. Um, this is this is upsetting for teuzet. He was so close to breaking Aran actually, which is an amazing display. Honestly, gotta give a lot of props to the guy. Such an amazing attempt to come back. Do we have any new notes? No. Aran is clearly locked in, focused up, trying to do his best. But suddenly we have spearmen coming in left and right, and spearmen in the woods are just gonna be so difficult to deal with for Persia. So what are we looking at here? Probably a route chain through. Can we do all this somehow? That would be amazing. We are at least starting. This one is also a beast. Look at her. She's so strong. Maybe get this one involved. Or this. And this he's also hidden now. He can't die. Literally infinite health in the woods. It's just lining up. Bang, bang. Finish the route and out concede. Yeah, I think that's the right call. Want to see the finish. So close to getting all the way. Yeah. We have a concede. Well played to both players. That was very impressive. Very impressive indeed. I will see if they will join. For a post-game interview. And hopefully we can get their takes. And please chat, tell me if you can hear them when they join in a little while. Seems like we got a hello Aran. People in chat, please tell me if you can hear Aran or not. But at least I can
you
hear
me?
Aran. Congratulations, well played, good game.
Thank you.
I was kind of regretting my words because I was almost giving you the win 20 turns ago, and you know, I kind of did that in your last game as well, and that didn't turn out too good, and then suddenly we find ourselves in this position. I apologize sincerely. Uh, that wasn't intended to be that close or this close, but
Caster's curse.
yeah, exactly. Talk us through it. How did you feel about it, the game?
Hello,
Hello, teuzet.
Yeah, hey.
It was a bit tense early on, but then I think I was feeling a bit cocky after I got colonies, and then I wasn't really expecting that strong of a counterattack after I thought I was being clever, like blocking in your units behind the lake, and then he just like killed all my force. I was like, I need to retreat and rebuild.
Yeah. And teuzet, welcome to the channel, and big props to you. That was amazing. And again, You are really the guy to bring the fight. You did that versus me, and you did this in this game, and you've gotten some pretty difficult opponents, and you still make it exciting and close. Um, Amazing show. Really be proud of yourself. I think that was great. But what was your thoughts on the game?
I think my most major fault was again diving with tactician. But the thing is, I thought that I was on the tile to the right, where I cannot be flanked. So I just misclicked and noticed I hit from the different tile. It was already too late. So
Ah,
yeah, there is a certain tile to the right
yeah.
with no flanking positions, and I thought as long as Aran has no ranged units, it will be nice harass.
And
Oh,
no, just continue.
oh yeah, yeah, and forgetting about the camp that that would respawn. That was yeah terrible. I had to uh, move my leader back.
Yeah, I saw that in the beginning.
So
I
I thought,
I'm sorry I caught it. uh, but if you had if your tech gods had been nice to you, you would have gotten better options because you ended up taking portcullis. If going into the last attack, you would have had spearmen or something instead of only slingers and a few warriors and chariots. Maybe something could have happened, but unfortunately, you didn't have that luck. But how did you feel that the end game battle go? Did you at any moment believe you actually got him, or was that just us witnessing? You
uh,
almost thought you had it.
no, I was aware that Aaron is not panicking, and it was obvious he has it under control by certain amount. Yeah, it's not like it was totally under control, but yeah. Uh, I saw 5 lows. I saw spearman upgrades. I knew that I had 1 or 2 turns more, and it was just my last attempt to win something. And Aaron hid his troops in the dark, so the only reasonable way for me to act was to. It wasn't really reasonable. Yeah, I knew the route was coming, so I tried to maybe or with some miracle to have the city, but I suppose that it's one-way ticket.
Aaron, were you a bit nervous in that last engagement?
Yeah, for sure. I had a few very nice events a few turns back where I got an extra warrior and a slinger and then the camel archer as a mercenary. And then I wasn't really sure what happened with my training. I got to the spearmen and then I didn't have any training to upgrade them. I think I wanted to finish the ambition to get. I had to do some promotions,
mm,
but there was like a few things that went my way here and then it was enough to hold back. And I think even if I could have lost a bit more, I had the possibility to get the free heavy chariots if my tech rolled differently.
yeah,
And I have some civics now to rush out stuff, so
I
I think I had a bit more gas if
I I
needed.
I think you could have lost quite a lot and maybe would still be fine. It's difficult to say, but as you say, you can probably get heavy chariots now, and you have the tech card in your draw, and fighting um, so far from your homeland is always difficult. But it it really got close there, and I gotta give props to you, teuzet, moving in at the exact right timing. And we were looking at the tech, and we were like, "Oh, Aran's gonna have Spearman in 2 minutes. It's gonna be two turns. It's gonna be perfectly fine." And then you had no training. You had 4, 5 warriors standing around, not being able to upgrade them. And for a turn or two, it really seemed like teuzet was doing all he could, and it was perfect. And he moved in and harassed your horses and got your strongholds just before they finished, and that was amazing. And your execution about around the lake, Mash Lake, with where Aran overextended in that beginning, that was flawless from you, teuzet. That was, I think you got like 5 units for one or something, which was yeah, impressive moves, bringing in the worker, bringing it along, and chopping for a road for your units. I gotta give you props. Aran, you did pretty good. Your economy was excellent, and I love that you brought out a strategy we talked about. But nevertheless, yep, great fun. Any one of you have some? A question in chat. Did the Camel Archer event take the training?
I mean, it could have been. I know it took to legitimacy, and then I didn't look too closely. Maybe I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think it was just some tribal mercenaries event. It was called or something like that.
Yeah. Does anyone in chat have any questions for the players? Then go ahead and ask. But any final remarks for either of you? Anything you would like to say?
I
Or
just want to thank Aran for the great game. I had so much fun, really. Amazing.
Yeah, thanks to you too. It was really fun and some nice fighting back and forth. Quite tense.
and I don't really see any questions in chat. Well, I believe that's gonna be it for this stream, guys. Cheers for playing. Cheers for showing up. It was marvelous time. Great time. Yeah, I'm gonna cut off the stream and say thank you for watching, and hopefully see you guys in the next few rounds. This was excellent. And maybe I should have left the call before I closed out the stream. I'm new to this. I apologize, guys, but you can say goodbye along with me. And yeah, there'll be more Overwatch in the coming weeks and days as this tournament continues. So cheers for watching, and bye.